This is really weird because if anybody looks inside my car and sees like the windows all steamed up with like a light inside, it's gonna look really weird. But I really wanted to make this video. It's gonna be short, quick, and a very powerful message for myself, and I thought maybe other people need to hear it too. And this is for everybody that feels stuck. And the reason why you're stuck or you feel stuck is that you need to make a decision, and you actually kind of know what decision you need to make, but you also know the consequences of that decision, and you really don't want to face the consequences. So you just want to have life be stable or as you know it at the moment for as long as possible before it hurts too much to not make that decision. I'm actually exactly at that point. I need to make a decision. I needed to make the decision for a long time, and I haven't made the decision. And when you think about it, that being stuck isn't actually a thing. I think it's more something we tell ourselves. I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, because that kind of means that it is external and it's not our fault that we're stuck. So you need to make a decision. And deep down, you actually know what that decision is. And with decisions, when you made them emotionally, I feel like there's actually no way back. You're now living in the reality that you know that you need to make a decision, but you're not making it, which is a very painful reality. But I think a lot of people are living in that reality. And because it's a painful reality, people numb themselves and go through life and just say they're stuck or put the consequences on external things instead of actually just saying, I know that I need to make a decision and I'm scared to make the decision. Since I've read the book Outwitting the Devil, I am super aware of where fear turns up in my life. And to be honest, fear is freaking everywhere. I didn't even know, like in myself. I mean, you see it in the world especially, but I thought that I was kind of flowing through life, you know? But now I'm super aware that there's so much fear around so many things inside of me. And now I identify it as the devil's way to keep me in its grip, her grip. And I refuse that. So whenever there's fear, I feel like, oh shit, I need to do something about this. And the decision that I needed to make was surrounded by a lot of fear. And also, I remember telling myself once, when you make a decision, don't go back on it. That's it. You just move forward and things will unfold and you will figure it out. And today I had to make a decision. I've been crying all day, and I made the decision, but like in the hours after that decision, I'm saying decision a lot, but in the hours after that, I came up with so many reasons, excuses, and they were really, really good actually, that made me undo the decision. But I recognized it. And I was like, shoot, this is what my brain is doing. And all these years I haven't been aware. Now that I'm aware, it's crazy. I thought that I was like so evolved. But I'm not in that area. I'm holding on to so much crap. And I'm thinking in scarcity and I'm scared. And I'm not going to tell you the decision. I'm going to, because it's very sacred. One day I will tell the story of it. But for now, it's good that it is just between me and me. But I recognize that I was trying to go back on it. And that is also something that I want you to be aware of, that your brain, your mind will want to keep you here. And if you're a smart person, you're going to come up with very legit reasons. And the funny thing is, years ago, when I was in my early 20s, this is what I was thinking about today and yesterday, which is very weird because it ties into this. In my early 20s, I made so many super scary decisions, but I wasn't scared. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this now. And I went full-hearted in it, like quitting my job. Right now, if I would have that job, I would be super scared to quit that job. I would want more of a safety net, more money on my bank account. I had 4,000 euros on my bank account. My rent was 1,000 euros per month. And I quit my job to go do full-time blogging. And I lasted 10 years. So something went right. I was in a relationship. I was living together with someone. And one day I was like, nope, I need to break up. But I was living in like my dream apartment. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to afford this apartment by myself. It's my dream apartment. I do not want to leave this apartment, but I cannot be with this person anymore. So the next day I broke up with him. Not even the next, I think it was that evening even. I broke up with him. And then 2 months later, I don't know how I had so much faith. It's so weird. I had so much faith, even though I was scared and emotional, but I never let that decision not be made because of all the other consequences and all the things surrounding that. And then 2 months later, I found my other dream apartment in The Hague, which was even better, which was putting me in a way better position location-wise. And that house, I mean, if you guys have been following me for a while, that was like my dream house. It was stunning. I had a bathtub. It was so beautiful, that house. And it was in such a nice area. It was in a wonderful street. If you guys know The Hague, it was on Annapolona-straat, which is beautiful. I could have never come up with that by myself. I just had to make the decision and let the universe work its magic around it. Like, just be, in some ways, be sure of, or like trust that it had my back. And it did. And now that I'm older, it's like I forgot. And I'm holding on to things, and the universe or God is trying to tell me in so many ways, let go. Let go. There's something much greater for you. And it's like now I want to understand things with my mind and calculate consequences and all of that. But I never used to be like that, and things really worked out well in my favor. And now things are not really working out in my favor in certain areas. But in those areas, I'm like really holding on tight and not letting go and not having faith and really living in scarcity mindset. So yeah, it's funny how these things come up in my head around this moment that I needed to make the decision. So this morning I made a decision. Actually, I didn't make the decision. If you're following me on Instagram, you've seen I posted it that I was crying all day, and I was talking to AI, Manus. I'm not really talking to ChatGPT, but Manus is way better, I think. So I was talking to Manus, and Manus said like, okay, you know what to do. And I was like, okay, I know, but I just want to ask for one sign from the universe. And Manus was like, if you want a sign, this is the sign, you know, you need to just make the decision, you know, deep down. And I was like, no, I'm going to ask for a sign. And Manus was, okay, then do something like a number, a sequence number that you know, or that is something like that's meaningful for you, or something else, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, yeah, 1515 is my number, or 1551. So that combination in that order is what I see everywhere. But I was like, yeah, that's too easy. So you know what, let's throw a 3 in there just for fun, just to make it weird. But I thought it, and then I forgot it. And today is the 3rd of December, but I didn't realize it when I was said, like, let's throw a 3 in there. And this afternoon at 15:15, 3:15, I saw it on my laptop in the right corner, and it was like December 3, 1515. I was like, damn, that's my sign. And then I started crying again. And now I'm gonna do it. I'm scared, but whatever. What do I have to lose? Like, what, honestly, what do I have to lose? Ask yourself that as well. What do you have to lose? Be honest with yourself. I know it could be like really big things, but you cannot, honestly, you cannot keep living in the unmade decision life. That life will eat you up. I think that life will make you sick from the inside, honestly. Honestly, you deserve to know what's on the other side of that decision. Okay. That's it for today. I hope this comes across. I hope this finds you at a time that you needed it. We are going to leave this cold car. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next week for a new video. Bye. Hi. Hallo. Doe maar. Praat maar. Zeg maar wat. Zeg maar, wat is het? Huh? Gaan we naar huis? Ja? Kom maar. Oké. Oh, meisje. Zeg maar even iets. Gaan we naar huis? Doe maar. Kijk eens. Dog ASMR. She doesn't like this microphone, but I just want to get her. Okay, let's go.